Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Had Carnage. So yes, of course, you might think it's a villain what if, which is usually what Carnage is, but in comics I've been doing some research, and I found out, yes, for a minimal time only, that Carnage actually became a good guy. Of course, it was momentarily due to magic interference by Scarlet Witch, but it was still Carnage. He generally wanted to be good, but due to him not understanding laws and whatnot, he kind of saved people, but in a weird way. Like, you know, if the bank was being robbed, he would burn down the bank, and he would say that, you know, they can't rob anything since the bank is, you know, in fire. As, you know, in a weird little way, I guess. Also, I'll give them similarities of origin to Cletus Cassidy. But I will have to find out who I'm going to make Venom. Or not make Venom, but who's going to gain Venom, since there technically isn't, you know, an Eddie Brock in this world. So I'm going to have to either find out in part 2, or B, kind of just have a random person have Venom. Or make an equivalence to Eddie Brock. So yeah. Let's get this over with. At a young age, Midoriya, he would be in an orphanage. Not due to his mother, you know, disliking him, but due to her at the time being a very, you know, usually young age. She did not have a job, nor had Hisashi around, since Hisashi kind of, you know, dipped. So, she thought the best way to kind of raise Deku and have Deku have a better life is, you know, practically put him in an orphanage or inside of the system. Which, I mean, not the good call, but at the same time, kind of the best call they can make. At least for right now, since, you know, the parents didn't want, you know, to raise a grandchild yet. So they, you know, kind of outcasted Inko from the family a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Inko, we're here to talk about Carnage, aka Deku. Technically, Deku doesn't have Carnage to it, but yeah, let's get to it. Midoriya being in an orphanage, how would you say he would be bullied due to quote-unquote not having a quirk? But the thing is, how would you say, yeah, it's complicated. He necessarily, it's unknown if he has a quirk, but since a quirk hasn't shown up, it is shown to be, you know, quirkless. Or at least by other people, by quirkless. So it's not really known if Midoriya has a quirk or not. So due to people not seeing him ever using some type of ability or quirk, they would just call him quirkless. And inevitably bully him in the orphanage. Every time Midoriya would make a friend, they either want something from him, or have him do their dirty work, or betray him all in the end. Meaning that Midoriya, people aren't really very trustworthy. Especially due to his, you know, age, people would most likely pick on him due to his size. Because I'll say a lot of people in the orphanage are a bit older than him. By a couple years. I'll say he's like the only 5-year-old there, while everyone else is like 10 or like above that. So yeah. Being the only 5-year-old, you know, they beat him up, steal his lunch, everything, you know, the entire 9 yards. Inevitably, Midoriya, how would you say? It's weird. Midoriya would feel a sense of. Okay, so this is how it happens. Since I can't really, I don't know why I can't explain it, but this is what happens. So, Midoriya, right now, they have a pet, a guard dog, specifically. And you can say, or not a guard dog, but more along lines of, I'll say like a pit bull or something, that one of the children has. And, you can say it's not very nice to Midoriya. The dog sees Midoriya as a chew toy. And I mean, this is a 5-foot dog, the width and body of a horse. This thing is massive. Also, I'll say it has a either gigantification quirk or just a steroid or normal, you know, height increase quirk or just mass quirk in general. Which in this case, yeah, if you've seen Cletus Cassidy, you know what's about to happen. So I'll say inevitably people do decide to, you know, adopt Midoriya, but it is only at the time where they waited a week to actually get the child. You know, they did the paperwork, everything, but, you know, they didn't want to, you know, actually get him until, you know, a week after for some reason. As you know, the week goes over, you know, they start adopting Midoriya, and, you can say, you can get where I'm getting at, right? So you can say, the dog, mysteriously vanished, you can say. Yeah, totally not in the furnace, but yeah. Yeah, Midoriya on that, yeah, I'm snapping now. You all gonna feel my wrath. Practically. After the killing the dog in a furnace, and if you're wondering how he put a lot of treats and, you know, kind of like a fan in the furnace to kind of, you know, get the, you know, dog set, inevitably pushing the dog in by the legs and close, lock. Yeah. Now let's go to what happens to the orphanage. You can say Midoriya kind of turned up the Nile of the gas, kind of, you know, busted the pipe with, I'll say, some sort of like blunt object, like a bat or something, inevitably cracking it open as, you know, the gas fills, you know, the basement. And Midoriya, before leaving, he closes the door, locks it with a key he found, and yeah, he's adopted now, and, you know, he inevitably goes to their new home, and you can say a couple hours later there's an orphanage fire. Yeah, with everyone stuck inside as well, all the staff and everything. Yes, there were innocent people, but at the same time, in Izuku's eyes, since those innocent people, quote-unquote, didn't help him while he was being bullied, they are not innocent. So, meaning that, you know, if one gotta die, you all gotta die. So, yeah. Inevitably, after this, his parents would be, you know, they wouldn't know of this, but they would be very abusive, though. Naturally, being, you know, very angry parents, since they wanted a baby, but they couldn't find any due to, you know, I'll say the things are expensive to do paperwork. So, you know, inevitably being angry, they couldn't get a whole baby. They had to get a 5-year-old and kind of, you know, have their frustrations and everything on Midoriya. Midoriya killing the father like a week after. Yeah, this man ain't playing around. He's on Black Air Force energy right now, and it's not stopping. I'll say he made it look like an accident, like the father. I'll say he put like butter on the ground and then put like a knife, facing up in the drawer. So kind of, the father slipped. Yeah. And I'll say his quote-unquote mother one day wanted to, how can you say, give him a little treat, you can say. Yeah, since I can't really pronounce it in YouTube without getting, take out the video. So yeah, you can say Midoriya wasn't very happy and was very PTSD moments and broken at that point. So all sorts of insanity towards people who merely want to be nice are evil, and those who do not watch are also evil for not doing anything. So yes. And by the way, this is the mainscape of the... I'll say he is smart, unlike Theos Cassidy, but at this moment, since he's only like 5 to 6, he kind of gets that personality of Cletus Cassidy early before he gets his actual knowledge. Inevitably after that, the grandma, I'll say his quote-unquote adoptive grandma, come over. You can say, things happened. Grandma went down the stairs. Mother died in the bathroom by suffocation, by locking the door and, kind of breaking the pipes to always have hot water on running, and the steam kind of, suffocated. And, what else? Yeah, the house also burnt down. Yeah. Burnt down one orphanage, killed one dog, and burnt down another house. Yeah. By the age of 5 to 6. I'll say technically the last one, pushing the grandma down, was kind of like on the verge of like almost 7, but I wouldn't say so. So yeah. Inevitably, I'll say he, after a while, people did find evidence of, quote-unquote guilty. So, after running away for a few, and the cops trying to find him, Midoriya would be walking the streets trying to find a home, or trying to find shelter in general. And, you can say... there was certainty of a specific doctor wanting to create something that day. But yeah, now let's go to Izuku. Izuku would be running from the police, not just that, but practically running away from heroes as well that can practically fly, so this man's on his behind running like the Flash, or as humanly possible. Give or take, Levi style. I know Levi from Attack on Titan, but yeah, basically that's practically what Deku's doing. He's doing front flips every 9 yards. He's practically a human fidget spinner from how much he's been running. So yeah, pretty fast for, normal person. He can dodge them very easily. It's just the point where they, have long distance quirks, like a rope quirk or something that can kind of get him long range. Which you gotta, eat, jump, like Mario, and then dodge. By, like, putting trash in the way or, like, some type of obstacle in the way to not get caught. Inevitably, he does make it into an alleyway scene. And there was, a group of, scumbags, you can call them. About to, have fun, you can say, with a very particular person. So, when I mean fun, I mean, unnecessary deeds, or good deeds, evil deeds, you can say. This man didn't even see the girl, because I'll say the girl was, like, in the corner. I'll say the other way was, like, an L shape. They're, like, 2 alleyways combined. So I'll say the girl was on, like, the other wall. As, the guys was like, hey, look at this dude. Hey, dude. So, what you got there is, he has like a bag of like money or something he's been stealing and whatnot. As they kind of, bother him and inevitably, yeah, this man's like, can I just be left alone for 1 second? As grabs a pipe and, yeah, you can say, those dirt bags were never seen again. Why? They got crimp stopped so hard, flipping All Might felt it. Like, bruh. JK. So this is practically just gaining to his bloodlust. And I'll say not adding to his personality, because I'll say, since he doesn't have therapy yet, he can't directly, be at his point, you can say. I'll say he does want to be a hero, but think of it as more of a Moon Knight thing, where, I'm gonna kill you as soon as I see you, and then afterwards call it an accident and have people feel bad for me for being scarred. So yeah, this man, he got plans to destroy all villains he sees as villains. And inevitably this girl does think a little terrified that he killed, about 3 people, but she's thankful. Let's see, who do I want this to be? Who do I want? I didn't think of a shit before I made the series, though, man. Who can I have it be? Who's interesting? Toga, no. Lena got no. Use that in the party. What if, Uraka, no. Toga, no. Jiro, no. Who's for some reason I can't think of it, so I think of it later on. Have it a surprise, since I'm gonna think of something special for this ship. Cause I can't cause realistically, if it's some type of blood related quirk, usually in What Ifs, they usually have Toga or someone flipping just Jiro or something. And I'm trying to change it up a bit to be its own unique thing. And yeah. This man has a lot of pent-up anger, so at random times he would just burst out in rage and just kind of scream randomly. And then laugh at that anger, saying that this anger was from those who bullied him, and now that they're dead, it's kind of like, karma, isn't it? So yeah. Kind of twisted personality, very twisted. And I believe he was 7 when this happened, so he's pretty young. So yeah, he's pretty young. You know what? Yo, I know who it can be. Yo, okay, this is gonna be a surprise to a lot of you. Cause remember, a lot of the heroes and whatnot, a lot of the cast was in UA before, or going to UA when Deku was 7. And that means a couple years, so I can do a lot of interesting things. Oh, this will be very, very interesting. Also, due to the amount of PTSD this man has from everyone, he wouldn't be physically or mentally able to sleep. Kind of like Gaara, but without a sentient voice telling him to, kill everything. So yeah. Yeah, he has a lot of PTSD, a lot of it. So he can't physically sleep, or, he would get nightmares that would instantly wake him up from how terrifying they are. Give or take, the amount of people he killed and all the things he regrets, it's kind of like his own scarecrow fear toxin when he tries to go to sleep, so yeah. Pretty bad, not gonna lie. Let's see what else. I'll say after the alleyway accident, running into a woman, saying thanks. I'll say the police would be called, or at least a while would be called until people find the dead bodies, Police, police, As they, report the bodies. They say, they're lower class dirtbags, villains or whatnot, or not villains, but gang members or something, with drugs on them. So, I mean, they think it's some sort of vigilante, but realistically, this man didn't want to do anything with him. He literally just wanted to like relax since he always is on the move. So his heart is always racing, and he's always tired from moving. So yeah. I'll say Inko right now is in her age right now. So yeah, she's having a good life actually, surprisingly. But when she tried to get Deku, from the orphanage, Midoriya was already taken, and also the orphanage burnt down. So yeah, she's feeling very guilty that she left her child, and she doesn't know if her child is alive or not. I'll say people think he died in the my eye. What is up with my eye? I'll say people think he died in the house fire. So yeah. This would lead on to people thinking it's some sort of targeted thing. So Midoriya, I'll say he would meet a couple people like on the road to like jumping or like just in general. Like just meeting people. So I'll say who can he meet? Okay, I was gonna say Stain, but Stain's kind of too basic and simple. This is so annoying. Who can he meet? Because I want him to meet some people, but at the same time, I don't want them to be any side characters. So, I'll say for a reason. Wait, is Shinzo used? I mean, he's rarely used in What Ifs, so maybe. Takayami's used, yeah, but he's rarely used. Who's barely mentioned in anything? Dupla arms. Why not? I'll say, Midoriya's just vibing until he kind of, police trying to catch him as normal for, like, trying to pickpocket a person. And, he jumps over a fence and, a couple, things, alleyways and whatnot. And inevitably, running into Soji, I think, isn't it? No way. So, wait, it was Soji or Sato? No, I think Soji is the Dupla Arms character. Can't remember the names right now. But yeah, my boy Kakashi, quirk dude. Pretty cool. Pretty useful quirk, actually. For like multitasking. So he meets this dude without his mask. And I'll say this is before Soji. Or, the Kakashi dude. Hold on, I'll be right back. What is this man's name? Because I feel like I'm mispronouncing it or giving it the wrong name. Hopefully I'm saying it right, because I have a lot of respect for this dude. What is the name for like Class 1A characters? It's like just in case I don't remember like one of the basic characters. Wait, there's one C1. Oh, that's the extra study course. 1A it is. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I was correct. Yeah, Shoji. Yeah, I knew I had it right. It's just I wanted to make sure because I feel like bad if I mispronounce a person's name, especially if I have respect for them. So yeah, I'll say he, gets caught lacking, with his mask off, or I'll say this was before he got bullied. Cause I'll say he's, doing home studying for now, like homeschooling. So, he was very, self-cautious of the way he looked due to his quirk. So, he had, homeschooling and inevitably meeting Deku. Soji was like, hey, what's up? And then inevitably, he's like, I'll say he looks up, like he's reading a book and then immediately walking and, as soon as that happens, boom, crashes into Deku. I'll say Deku was like, my head. Oh, what did I run into? As you know, inevitably, they, kind of start a conversation as Midoriya forgets about the cops. Well, the cops are like 2 streets down. Yeah, this man fast, bro. Like, give or take, people with socks off. Like, this man running, like, So... Hold up, come on, no? Wrong time. After that would happen, they would kind of become friends, so Midoriya would kind of be uneased by him. But at the same time, he would look at his face and he would, kind of get some, not respect, but kind of get, like, similarities. Like, I was bullied for not having the powers, but you were bullied for yours. And then that's when Midoriya's mentality started to kind of, not mentality, but his morals, or, like, sense of code, or, like, heroes and whatnot, would start to kind of, not twist, what was it called, turn. And he would notice that people with bad, people who are quirkless, or people who just have, mutation-based quirks, or people in quirks that are called villainous in general, would be bullied. So you kind of get, like, quirkless people and, people who have, quirks like that are usually bullied for things. So he would understand and kind of get, that vibe of, like, Shoji, where, like, bruh, we're similar. We're bullied for similar things, so, we have similar goals to, become heroes, so, we got that connection. As inevitably a little bit less insane now. So, he's kind of been hanging around Shoji a bit. And, after, I'll say Shoji has some sort of, antique store. Or at least his parents run it. So, while running around the streets and whatnot, he would kind of jump around inevitably, like, every, week, like, once a week, he would, meet Shoji. Or, like, I'll say every day, but, like, between, like, once or, 3 times a day, he would meet Shoji. For, like, I'll say when the store opens, I'll say. Because let's say it's one of those antique stores where, like, it's a part house. Like, part house, part shop, so yeah. I'll say the upstairs is, like, the, house. But, like, the downstairs is, like, the shop. Or, like, the ground level is the shop. So, him and Shoji are pretty good friends. Inevitably, Midoriya does get a bit of money to actually buy new clothes. Because remember, he doesn't technically have any power. So, pickpocketing people with quirks and whatnot is pretty difficult. So, it's been, I'll say, give or take, like, a couple months, I'll say. He, gets, a new quirk, and inevitably, years will go on, or not years, sorry. But Midoriya would inevitably gain the acceptance of Shoji's family, which Shoji's family would kind of be his guardians. So, they would get papers inevitably signed as guardians and whatnot. Midoriya just happy just to have a home. Like, this man be running on the streets for, like, months or, like, a couple of years now. Yeah, I'll say years, because it wouldn't make sense. I'll say by the age of 8? I'll say by the age of, that'd be, so he was like, I'll say like the age of 11. They, they accepted Midoriya into their household. And inevitably, Midoriya kind of became an adopted brother of, Shoji. So, yeah, he's happy, but the only thing is, like, he has night terrors, unlike Eri. His night terrors are, like, way worse. Like, when I mean way worse, I mean it happens every day, and his yells are just extraordinarily loud. I'll say, since he's been running for so long, and, been kind of avoiding snatching stuff for so long, he does have a pretty good physique for running. Like, I'll say a sports person's, thing, where, like, the good running, they do, like, kind of like a, Olympic sport medalist, practically. Or like a little Olympic sport person's physique. They're pretty good at like objects and whatnot, so yeah. Or like not objects, but stats. So that's practically what Midoriya's, body is. And so when he enters school or Shoji, I'll say I'll say like a week or two. No, I'll say it'd be like maybe like a day or two after like they adopt him as their guardians. Inevitably, he would go to the same school. As you know, Shoji started to go to school now, and you know, you can say the people who try to bully. Also, by the way, if you're wondering, they did have to get Midoriya a mentor or like some sort of therapist, and yeah, a bit difficult, you can say. I'll say they also have to have someone by him because I'll say like the first day of school or like the first week of school, people try to do stuff with Shoji, like try to mess with him. As you know, they like Shoji's parents learned very quickly that yeah, since Shoji and him been talking and been knowing each other for so long, they've kind of grown a bond. Kind of a overprotective bigger brother. So you can say this man don't play no games when it comes to his bro. Why do I say this? I mean, the last thing that people the bully knows: broken bones, knocked unconscious, some concussions, some micro fractures in their ankles. Yeah, this man messing people up, bro. Nah, you mess with my brother, you about to get these hands like severely, like emergency room stuff. Like this man's quirkless, and he's doing this to people with quirks. Like, bruh, this man is like Cletus Cassidy, but without like just way worse. Like this man would throw hands with you. Like these are people with quirks, my guy, and he's bodying them severely, like Batman, Moon Knight type of stuff. Like he making sure they remember his reign, like bruh. Like every bully, like as soon as Midoriya walks in the school, every bully knows to get out of his way, like go to class and like do stuff. Like everyone in the school is afraid of him. Cause I mean, the only reason other people are afraid of him because they see what this man can do. And since people like to talk about quirkless stuff and how people look, yeah, people are scared of Midoriya just to his mentality and his stamina and durability. It's scary. So yeah, still human, human physique, because, he's still human. It's just, give or take, like, I'll say due to all the pain, mental pain he's been through, he doesn't feel natural pain. So it kind of makes him feel hollow a little bit. And I'll say you feel pain, but not excruciating pain. Or like, if you have a broken arm or something, you won't feel it. But if it's something like a cut or something, I'll feel like it's kind of like you feel it, but at the same time, it's, it doesn't hurt as much. So kind of, if you broke an arm, all you hear is like, you just think you crack your knuckles and you're like, ow, okay, that's weird. Kind of like an instant pain thing, and then as soon as the pain starts, it instantly just disappears. So yeah. People afraid of this man. This man just like, nah, bro, you about to catch these hands. I'll say after a while, it's the entrance exam. Yes, he doesn't meet Bakugo. Or Mitsuki, since the only person he technically only knows is Shoji and his parents. Which he now declares them as mom and dad at this point. People think he has some type of stamina or durability quirk. Nah, bro, this ain't no quirk, bro. This is him physically just being messed up. To the point where this man is a human zombie. Or not a zombie, but like a... What's like ragdoll, human ragdoll. Doesn't matter how much this man is punched around, this man will throw hands with you. Of course, he does have his limits. I'll say he's only able to take up to like 10 people like with quirks, and then like after if it's any more than 10 people, then he can't do anything with that. I mentioned these aren't like full powered quirks, like flipping explosives or like anything like major. I'll say they are major, but they aren't like extremely strong. Like I can blow you up strong. Like kind of like I'll say like maybe like I'll say some razor quirks, some thorn quirks, whip quirks. Uh, I'll say a quirk that can kind of telekinetic, can move pencils or like wood with his mind. I don't know what else. Just like random like elemental or just weird quirk, like a staple gun quirk. So yeah. So this man has to go through a lot of things right now. Oh man, I gotta charge my phone. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me plug this thing in. So Midoriya is known as like the school bad boy, basically, or like just. I'll say he wouldn't be clear the Joker, but he would be encased as hard alert. If you're a new kid, don't mess with this dude. This dude will mess you up. I'll say he has a very high Flip, what was the word? Repetition? Was repetition in there? No, I don't know. Repetition, a whole nothing. Reputation, there we go. Reputation. In his school for like being that dude, that that bad boy practically in schools. Like he's the dude who bullies the bullies. Like for real. Like this man literally going out of his way because he has gone through therapy a little bit. But not to the point where he, it doesn't stop him from, absolutely just breaking bones on people. So he's like the bully's bully, bro. He's the thing that bullies fear. Like as soon as people are bullying someone and this man shows up, that thing entirely shuts down. Like they don't want this smoke, bro. They don't want this smoke. Like the amount of stuff they like insults don't hurt them. But if they talk about Soji, bro, nah, bro. These hands are about to be fire to your face. Like for real. Like slap, 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 slumber. I'll say a person with a hardening quirk did try to fight this man. Nah, this man did a John Wick. He got a pencil and stabbed it into the dude's neck. Like I'll say like. It's like a hardening case shell, so there were like cracks inside the armor. So this man, with all his might, got a pencil and just stabbed it into this man's neck. This man was bleeding. They had to call the ambulance that day, and kind of got suspended. But yeah, at least for like a week or two. Yeah, they learned their lesson, all right. Came back with like a broken foot. Like, bro, this man literally visited this man in the hospital just to break his foot. Yeah. You can say this man don't play. If you hurt, or try to insult this man, first this man's gonna get an attack on himself just by you doing this stuff, and then one for Shoji. So yeah. This punch is for Shoji. This punch is for me. And this is for messing with my brother. Just, snaps this man's foot. Yeah, people are terrified of this man. This man's a living menace. Or at least good menace, I guess, since he only targets, people who mess with him in Shoji. Like, people do mess with Shoji, but only when Izuku's not around. And the only reason Shoji doesn't want to say anything is because Izuku's on his last mark. Like, if he gets into trouble any more times, he can get, suspended or, forever, practically. So, yeah. Inevitably, what would happen is that inevitably, middle school will pass. Everyone would just, yeah. Shoji and him would be going to the entrance exam. The entrance exam would lead on. I'll say Midori wouldn't be able to get that much in since he still is human, mentioning. So I'll say what he does is, after Shoji takes down a robot, I'll say he uses a scrap or something to kind of take down a couple of 3-pointers. Or not 3-pointers, I'll say he mostly goes to 1-pointer since he knows the size difference. So I'll say he goes for like the legs to kind of, trip them up, like, focus on one leg for like a couple minutes. And then after they fall, you kind of just smash them on the head. So yeah. If not, he'll probably get one of the lowest quirks, honestly. One of the lowest. And naturally, at least enough points to get in UA, but into general studies. I mean, Shoji was a little angry due to him having a bit, I'll say the only difference between him was like about 30 points in difference. And that was just based on quirk. Like, this man, if it wasn't for this man, like, this man, if it was just hand by hand, this man will smack Shoji. Like, if Shoji and him will get in the battle, this man, I mean, Shoji knows he's not gonna, like, hurt him, but if they were in a fight, he would be terrified to fight Midoriya. This man has gone through hardened quirks, things that have razors in them, people who have all sorts of quirks, and this man be clapping them. Like, this man is just like a parkour menace. This man will parkour all over you and then just slumber you on the spot. Respectfully. Or should I say disrespectfully. I'll say the 0-pointer comes out, I'll say with the Uraraka side, they don't meet because, Midoriya's not murmuring on the stairs. He's more out of line talking to Shoji, but doesn't fall since he is a bit, stronger in this timeline with Olympic sports medalist. And, he would have very firm feet. Like, his feet aren't moving. Like, they ain't getting caught lacking. So, when, this is the first time him and Uraraka meet, as the 0-pointer comes up, this man has no power. So imagine, this man is just like, oh snap, what? As inevitably, they would cycle him into extra studies. And they would change their minds when they see this act. So, the 0-pointer is about to crush them, right? Yeah, this man kind of gets a, I'll say, what other things? What? No, not barbed wire, those, metal rods. I can't remember what they're, called. But, for, cement to make it stronger. So he gets, practically a crowbar, kind of lifts up the rubble and kind of gets Uraraka out of there. And then inevitably kind of almost gets squished until, he hears, I have no fear, Detroit smash! As he is saved by All Might. And inevitably this man, kind of faints from, PTSD from being this man, he was scared, my guy. This man was scared, but still had the guts to save her. Everyone else was leaving. He has no quirk or abilities. And this man was scared out of his mind when the 0-pointer's foot was almost on top of him. This man fainted as fast as Speedy Gonzalez trying to get flipping cheese, my guy. This man's he was spazzing, they low-key had to have, one of those, calming shots to calm this man's nerves down. Because this man was like, oh, okay, I'm here now, I'm here. Because remember, it's not a human, and it's metal. And I'm pretty sure the scrap thing he had in his hands definitely wasn't gonna do anything towards the 0-pointer. As I'll say they move him up to, Class 1A for determination, and also give him, just points, I'll say 10 to 15 points upon that heroism. And I'll say, Uraraka herself does give the points to Izuku, which lands Midoriya in okay, so the extra points they gave Midoriya, the 15 points, would have Midoriya into Class 1B, and then the extra points or from Uraka would get Midoriya into Class 1A. And that is where I'll end this video. Thank you everyone for